What? Wait, I don't think they're ready for this.
These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. Pull up on them and it look nice, look nice.
These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. These moves looking real nice in the future. Pull up on them and it look nice, nice.
Yeah, we look nice, future looking nice, we don't need to tell them
Here
twice.
comes the future.
Yeah, we look nice, future looking real nice, we don't need to tell them twice.
Here comes the future.
Hello and welcome to round 5 of the Liberty A-League Highlights Show. Wellington Phoenix and Adelaide United start the action this week from Sky Stadium in New Zealand.
Prosper, near bodies forward, flicked on towards the edge of that 6-yard box. Don't want it bouncing around there. Oh, and a reaction save, and a good one. Grove got the left hand out and kept it from getting into the back of the net. The fullback comes in quite narrow. Remains an option, but the ball's pinged in towards Orts. Second ball is picked up from Hayward, who tries the strike, but very calm for Edwards in goal. We can take one of those moments, one for the photographers.
Just see the intent here from Adelaide United. It's Hayward, the number 9, the right fullback for Adelaide United. She likes to get forward. Chance there on goal, safely into the hands of Edwards.
They come once again. Lovely touch over the top. There's a hint of a pull. Play on is the call. Driving, byline. Lovely ball across the face of goal. Scrambled away, but only just. Oh, Groves in and again. Down it to her left. Parries away. Oh, it's all action. We can catch a breath finally.
And here it is here, Paige Satchell doing what she does best. Takes her on the outside, puts a dangerous ball into the area. Doesn't quite drop, but it falls to the feet of Wineski, and she puts a powerful strike on target.
Yeah, got it. Nice work once more by Wards. Links up with Dorba. Dorba carries on her run. Ball and on, an unfortunate deflection, nestles into the back of the net. And a horror moment for the Phoenix, an own goal. Pats on the back for Mackenzie Barry. And the Wellington Phoenix find themselves behind in rather cruel fashion.
And it was Warts peeling out wide here on the ball, and it was the run of Dorba in behind the back four. She puts that ball in the dangerous area between the back four and the goalkeeper.
Warts in a dangerous position. Murray just made her run a little bit too early, and she had advanced to an offside position. So a long shot that I think's going wide. Edwards, though, taking no risk, but a corner is coming. Stinging low ball that's going to find a way all the way to Dylan Holmes, who might have a little bit more time. Second ball is brought down by Honda. Long ball over the top, looking for Hayward. She's on the back of it, and she cannot finish. A backtracking Brianna Edwards was neither here nor there, but kept her balance and got an important parry as the ball crept past her post.
And what a first-time ball that is in behind the back four of the Phoenix. She's done everything right, but that final finish just puts it directly at Brianna Edwards.
The arm is raised, the whistle sounds, and Adelaide United at the Wellington Phoenix sinking to their knees in frustration. And it was Mackenzie Barry's own goal after 22 minutes that has ultimately decided this one. At the end, it's Wellington Phoenix 0, Adelaide United 1.
Our next game comes from AJ Kelly Park in Queensland for Brisbane Roar and the Western Sydney Wanderers. Taryn Haydo and Teresa Polias are calling the action.
Long ball now, Brisbane, real opportunity here. Went fantastic save from Bloomer, but on the follow-up, the Brisbane Roar score the opener here at AJ Kelly Park in Redcliffe. Well, we said they were so dangerous on the counter-attack, the Brisbane Roar, and they've produced again.
That was a sensational ball.
There's Nori with the captain's armband today and every week for the Roar. Intercepted in midfield. Katrina Gorry, she's so dangerous. She'll have a long shot, Gorry. And palmed away by Bloomer. Danger not over. You can see Brisbane pressing really high here. Back to Apostolakis. Plays it up the line, finds Harding, who beats Thompson that time. Harding delivers a ball of quality, and, well, Holly Caspers just ghosted in at that far post. And you can see just how close that opportunity was for the Wanderers. 100 joules in the game, in fact, so it's certainly been combative, although what a long-range strike that was. For a minute it looked like Hensley Handcuff was beaten. Claire Hunt, the centre-back of all players, has seen the keeper off her line. Zara Kruger in midfield, launch it forward to Crummer, who finds herself in some space here. The rest of Crummer squares it and just defended well enough by the Wanderers. Not convincing in defence, and it's Brisbane hitting on the counter once more. Zinks it in, and a header, and not enough power on that. Bloomer well positioned to deal with it, but dangerous from Brisbane. It's Brisbane advancing now. It is Marioleka on the ball. Goes all the way to the far post. An opportunity now. What a save on the follow-up. Cleared away. Still on here for Brisbane. Hits the referee. The referee has signalled for an offside somewhere in that.
Huge sigh of relief there for the Wanderers.
And it is Harding who'll come away with it. She has Matos. Decides to go into the penalty area. Sheridan Gallagher! Well, appeals for a penalty. Gallagher still on the deck. Play goes on. It's Steinmetz who plays through the line, and another opportunity. And yeah, there was some contact in the penalty area. It would have been Tegan Thompson on debut. And for the Wanderers, it's another 1-0 loss. And yet another game they weren't able to find the back of the net. At Redcliffe, it's Brisbane Roar 1. Western Sydney Wanderers 0.
Amy Park is host to the hottest ticket in town. Two undefeated sides, Melbourne City and Western United, going toe-to-toe. Calling the action is Campbell Johnson and Grace Gill.
The only bad news there is that she's just a guest player.
There's a strike coming in now, early goal. Adriana Taranto able to open things up for Western United, and it's a dream start.
Well, what a finish there. That is by Taranto. She's picked that up so nicely in the midfield, but that's an unexpected start for City, but that is a powerful beginning for Mark Tocasso's side.
A perfect time to stamp your authority on the game. Rojas able to get outside of Alana Sir. Rojas with a brilliant ball, squared up once again. Henry hits the woodwork and doesn't creep in.
Well, the birthday girl, Cote Rojas, looking very lively down that left-hand side. I tell you what, she is flirting with that offside line, but it's a beautiful little ball through to Danny Galich.
Vlanic trying to skip away from Henry, who picks her pocket. Henry now, Cote Rojas struggling to find any assistance, but they do now. The strike, waiting, hit, level. Amina Ekic, the American.
Well, we said just moments ago, Melbourne City were knocking it. It was a great pocket pick by Briley Henry, and Amina Ekic, she's been really lively in this opening passage. A lovely first touch, a deft touch around her defender to open up the space for herself. It's a really good finish by Ekic too. She's had a great start to this match, and that's a well-deserved goal. Look at that little touch, just sent her defender the wrong way.
And Rojas trying to dig. Hilary Beale hits the woodwork. And it was sensational from Rojas. She doesn't give up. Fighting like a dog in the box there, trying to dispossess Cummings. Cote Rojas in the box. Options for Policina wants it on the edge of the box. And Cote Rojas looking for a handball, and it is given. Nods and says, yeah, it's there. Look back at it here. Cote Rojas cutting towards the byline, and it's on Vlanic there. Clear handball. They haven't led all game long. And Policina, saved by Beale. And look at the Western United girls get around her. Look at what it means. Legarzo, but Sydney Cummings was able to level it in stoppage time. And Emma Rovers delivering a thunderous strike from Rangers. Legarzo doing the same here. Oh my word! Chloe Legarzo showing all of her class and putting Western United ahead for the second time in this game. And putting the team on her back is Chloe Legarzo.
Well, there she is, Chloe Legarzo. That's why she's been brought into this side, into Mark Tocasso's experiment here. It's a great hustle from Legarzo.
Vlanic running over, Legarzo going short, McDonald heading towards the corner flag. They'll soak up the time. McDonald doing really well. McDonald still handball there in the box, and that has put the ice on the game. Julia Grosso sticking the hand out. They lead by a goal, and they double their advantage with perhaps the last strike of the game.
And surely the last kick of the game, Chloe Legarzo.
And it ends. Melbourne City 1, Western United 3.
Chloe Legarzo, incredible. And with that strike, the Western United fairy tale continues. Join us after the break as we conclude round 5 of the Liberty A-League. Welcome back to the Liberty A-League Highlights Show. We are back at Amy Park as Melbourne Victory hope to make it 3 wins on the bounce as they take on the Newcastle Jets. Your commentators are Chris McPherson and Grace Gill.
Brodigan now. Brodigan Jumont. Scraps ball out. He's dealt with in the end. They get away with that one. You see Victory now in the attack. Parried away by Quaylo. Clearance there. Leah Puxty. We've got a penalty awarded.
Look, it was coming together in this challenge here. Puxty, unfortunately, it is a penalty.
As you say, very unfortunate for Puxty there, but no mistaking. She collected the boot. Ayres, easy as you like, in the bottom right corner. Opens the scoring for Melbourne Victory. Melina Ayres, 4 goals in 3 games, and Melbourne Victory take the early lead at Amy Park. Melbourne Victory 1, Newcastle Jets 0.
Well, that is a really professional finish there by Melina Ayres.
Certainly almost epitomises what the Jets' season's been so far. They've had plenty of chances, created plenty, but it's just about that finishing and the amount of times throughout the season when a chance that hasn't been finished is then rolled into the opposition going on the counter or having an opportunity of their own very soon thereafter. So I'm sure Ash Wilson will have been working on this during the week, but certainly not the start they were wanting. As we see the ball go into the box, Ayres looking for a second, gets outside Quaylo and just dabs it in to the left-hand corner this time. And Melina Ayres is in absolutely red-hot form. Her second goal in 90 seconds, and she doubles the Melbourne Victory lead 2-0 and gets her 5th goal of the season. Corner comes in, well weighted, and headed into the net. Kayla Morrison, perfectly placed from the corner, waited at the back of the pack, heads it back across goals, and Claire Quaylo with no time to react. Melbourne Victory 3, Newcastle Jets 0. And unfortunately for the Newcastle Jets, this is shades of last week again, as they continue to leak goals. A 3rd goal from a perfectly weighted corner here.
Well, there she is, Kayla Morrison, completely unmarked at the back post there. The heartbeat of this club at Melbourne Victory. That's a really neat finish. A solid header. Claire Quaylo with nothing to do on that one, but Newcastle Jets, they've got to have someone on her. They've got to have a body closer to Morrison there. That's a really easy finish.
So now Victory with a free kick. And Kayla Morrison with a second goal. Taps it past Claire Quaylo. Surrounded by teammates immediately. It'll have to be close to the first of Morrison's career for the victory, where she's managed to bury 2 in the back of the net, and we're not even at half-time yet. It's Melbourne victory 4, Newcastle Jets 0. And here it is again, Griffith on the ball. Pushes it through into the box of Brodigan. Cops a little check and loses a footing and slides into Casey Dumont.
Yeah, that's an awkward one there. Casey Dumont frustrated with that. Well, huge opportunity here for Miranda Templeman. Best wishes, of course, to Casey Dumont, though she does look to be in a bit of trouble and just struggling to get up.
Recent injury replacement for Kath Zimmerman on loan from North Carolina Courage in the US competition. We see a long-range shot from the Newcastle Jets, and they're on the scoreboard. Sarah Griffith, it looks like, from long range, outside the 18-yard box, and what a tough start for Miranda Templeman. Just caught off the line. And Grace, you just struggle to see at the moment with the Jets where the next goal comes from. The long-range effort before from Griffith was fairly spectacular, but they can't quite string together more than 2 or 3 passes to bring themselves out of defence. So see, opportunity now, Griffith. Again, will she take it on herself from long range? She does. Cops a couple of deflections. Falls to Brodigan. Brodigan nails it. First touch on the volley. And Newcastle Jets have gained their second. Only moments after we asked where it had come from. The deflections fell to the boot of Brodigan. And she adds their second. Newcastle Jets 2. Melbourne victory 4. Goes straight towards Quaylo. It's spilled. And Kayla Morrison's parried it into the back of the net. There's push and shove. We'll wait and see what referee Casey Rybelt adjudges here. Claire Quaylo clearly enraged as she gets back to her feet. Ball's gone into the net off Kayla Morrison. I think Quaylo's got to her feet. And we've got a goal awarded to Kayla Morrison. That's the first hat-trick of her A-League women's career. And there goes the full-time whistle from Casey Rybelt here at Amy Park, and it's a comprehensive Melbourne victory win in the end. Melbourne victory extend their winning run out to 3 matches, while the Newcastle Jets will be back to the drawing board again. Melbourne victory running out winners 5-2.
Canberra United make the long commute to Western Australia for their clash with Perth Glory. Teo Palizzeri is calling the action from Macedonia Park.
Heyman. Block tackle against Kim Carroll. Bit of a grab of the arm, and Carroll runs into the assistant referee. Heyman's away. Trying to take on the defence single-handedly here, Michelle Heyman. Slides it across the 6-yard box, and it's the easiest of tap-ins for Nikki Flannery. It is a special moment for Flannery. Her first goal for Canberra after coming back from her knee reconstruction. In come the Canberra teammates to congratulate this fantastic young player. Lost a season of her career to a torn ACL, and it's all smiles now. On the end of Heyman's brilliant assist, the Perth marking was completely absent, and Flannery had the easiest of tap-ins. It's her 4th game back, and now her first goal as well. Getting across and putting it out for a throw. Still only 17 years old, making appearance number 17 of her career today. It's a great touch from Lowry. It's Lowry, and a good save by Lincoln. What a top stop from the Canberra keeper. And that was young talent time as a couple of players in the most recent Young Matildas World Cup squad squared off. And it was Lincoln who had the better of Lowry. Carroll. Jale willed herself onto the ball, shrugged Janchevski, and now Jale hurdles past Kim Carroll. Heyman calls for it at the back post. Jale squares it to Milivojevic. It's Milivojevic! Brilliant! And Vesna Milivojevic, who scored against Perth in Canberra, has repeated the dose in Perth. And Perth look totally adrift at the moment. Canberra 2-0 up and in complete control of this game. It started with Grace Jale winning the ball with real energy, went past Kim Carroll, and then had players waiting. Milivojevic was one of them. That is a brilliant strike, picking out the inside of the side netting. Long ball up the middle. This might be Perth's opportunity here. Janchevski, the flag's up. And even though it's an emphatic finish into the nets, you wouldn't be so bold as to call it a disallowed goal because the whistle had well and truly sounded. Swinging it to the edge of the box, Lowry, another left footer and another good save. That was a shot on target and it required some saving there from Chloe Lincoln. Janchevski keeps it moving. Hinson back to Janchevski and another good save by Lincoln. And as we saw from that disallowed goal earlier in the game, there is a bit of dynamite in the boots of Alana Janchevski, but Chloe Lincoln got behind that one and made sure it wasn't going to squirm through. And so Perth are finishing the half in a promising fashion. They're starting to swing the balance of general play here. Long ball, dangerous ball, Baisden. Lincoln's come out, Baisden first to react. They're covering defenders back on the line. Janchevski floats one and it's off the crossbar. Once, twice. How often do you see that? It was tipped into the crossbar once and it hit it again before being cleared away. Well, you can't get closer to scoring than that. A reminder that Perth scored both their goals last time against Canberra from headers, from set pieces. Lowry in swinger. Head cannons off two Canberra players and falls in the 6-yard box, and it's there. They get the goal, the glory. They're back in business. And it's Riley Baisden who comes out of the pack of players with the credit. And the American has given the glory hope. Lowry. Popped over the top for Hinson. It's going to sit up here for Sierra Hinson. It's there! Perth are level! What a finish from Sierra Hinson! Made an acute angle, very achievable. And all of a sudden, this game is 2-2. Was being very closely guarded by Kennedy Faulkner. It mattered not. That has been lashed in, and Perth Glory have come from 2-0 down to level. And there might be more goals on the way here. Hinson crossing it to Lowry. What a save from Lincoln. And Hannah Lowry denied for a third time in this game by a Chloe Lincoln save. These two have had a compelling duel within the game. And a shallow goal kick due to the wind. Hinson flicking it through the left side. Here's Baisden. Is this Glory's chance? They've completed the comeback. They were 2-0 down the Glory. Riley Baisden puts them into a 3-2 lead. It's Baisden's second of the afternoon. And the Perth Glory could be on track for a real season shaper here. Hughes, Heyman, rolling central, first to recover Heyman. Still going Michelle Heyman, slips it in. Milivojevic, and now it goes over at the other end. Milivojevic knows that probably should have been the equaliser. Hughes, can they manufacture something? A shot, anything? Lowry's in their way. The whistle's in the mouth. Perth Glory have kick-started their season with a statement win. It's not a surprise that players are cramping at the finish line, but the Glory got the job done. They win for the first time this season, and they win in style. Perth Glory 3, Canberra United 2.
Let's check out the Liberty A-League table. The new kids on the block, Western United, are now the only undefeated side in the league. Adelaide United sit level on 12 points, having played one extra game. Just 2 points separate third and 6th on the standings, while Wellington and the Wanderers are still searching for their first victories of the campaign. That's it from round 5 of the Liberty A-League. We are back on December 29. Have a wonderful Christmas.